Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Untitled Tarot and welcome to my Martian Eclipse Point readings. It's a great title, isn't it? Last Sunday, February the 23rd, as I'm filming, Mars passed over 4 degrees Capricorn, which is the point where the solar eclipse in Capricorn occurred over Christmas. The effects of an eclipse last up to 6 months. So the astrologers say that when the planet passes over that eclipse point, that it activates it with that planet's energy. So I wanted to do a spread of readings looking at how the Martian energies combined with the eclipse point could manifest in your life. Now, obviously, it's a general tarot reading. The spread is the question itself, but roles can be reversed, but it's probably going to be quite personal because my readings normally are. I'd like you to watch your sun, your moon, and your rising. In fact, out of any of them, your rising. Your rising is the more important one with this. And really, your rising is the most important sign, not your sun sign. Let me bring up the spread and I'll show you what I'm planning. So we have how it can manifest internally, clarified by the Wheel of the Year Tarot. How it can manifest externally, clarified by the Ellen Duggan Witches Tarot, and the guidance that arises from this from the Armado 777 Tarot. It's an interesting deck. It's got 2 extra suits. It's well worth reading about. Created by the guy who claimed he was Aleister Crowley's son, but I believe that has been debunked. But these energies, when they come, they are likely to move fast. They are likely to go whack into your life. But this eclipse point was last Sunday, but there's a couple of months, 3 months, possibly 4 at a push, where the eclipse energies are still active. So just because Mars went over last Sunday doesn't mean you'll feel the effects from that immediately. What it does mean is that when you feel that ripple from the energy, the effects will be fast. So that's what I'm planning to look at. Internal, external, and the guidance that arises from it. It's a bulk introduction, so if you've seen one of them, you can fast forward to a timestamp down in the description. I'd be really interested if you was to comment down below if the readings mean anything to you, because it's always good to get the feedback. And obviously like, share, subscribe. Definitely press the subscribe button because I'm a new channel. I'm only a little baby channel at the moment. Right, after all that, let me bring up the cards. So Scorpio, it does appear that the consequences of Mars passing that eclipse point for you may be hard work and incredibly transformative. Let's put a positive spin on it. Hard work and incredibly transformative. For the internal change, you have the 10 of Wands, a burden that Spirit is advising you to take on. This is in response to somebody else's actions of either cutting you out or cutting something off or laying down the law, which has made you go, hang on a minute. So it may be that you have been ordered to take something on. It may be that you have had something taken away from you that makes you go, what, hang on a minute. But you are going to have a lot of tools within yourself to deal with this, to take on this burden. But it will be something that makes you go, right, if this is what I'm going to do, I need to get out of here. I need to move on. I need to move somewhere. For your external effects, we got the Ace of Pentacles and the 2 of Pentacles. So a new beginning, but that requires a lot of balance, again, by you having taken on a burden. So this burden that you take on internally goes out into the world, and you take that burden on. And Spirit, in their magnanimous wisdom, are giving you anxiety and nightmares until you actually take this burden on, because I believe it's something that you have dominion over. You have the ability to take on this new beginning, but it's almost like it's a task or a job. It's not, although it's a new beginning, it's also a job that you start and then you will finish, because we have the Ten of Swords. You run risk by doing this. You run the risk of the destruction of a lot of things around you, but I do feel that that is actually not a bad thing. We have the Nine of Pentacles as your final guidance card, which is echoed back here. This change it might be in reaction to what someone else has said to you or done to you, but you have all the tools to stand firm yourself in an abundant harvest, where you do have plenty of options. And remember that you have plenty of options, but Spirit does say that you have to give something up. You have to sacrifice something. That's one thing with these Amado Tarot. There's a lot of sacrifice themed cards, because this is also clarifying this Nine of Pentacles for what you're moving into is the Citadel, or as we know it, the Tower. So things are crumbling. But with this Two of Crowns at the bottom, things are crumbling to get out your way. There is something that you are deciding to go, right, that's it. This isn't going on anymore. If no one else is going to do it, excuse me, if no one else is going to do it, I'll do it. Or if it's not going to get done, I'll do it. This needs sorting, this burden you take on, and then you are able to put down, because you have a lot of options once you have killed it. But it will take balance. Okay, this is not something that you can thrust forward with at any great pace. It will take balance, it will take precision, it will take a lot of work in the dead of night to put this to rest. But you end up in such a good place from it. But by hell is it hard work on the way. But just remember that you have plenty of options, and there is healing in these options. So you aren't creating any wound here, but you might suffer some form of wound by doing it. But you're more likely to be getting the healing from it that you didn't actually know that you need. I am intuitive. My inner guide knows where I need to be right now. You will get that signal of what this burden is that you're taking on, and then you crack on and you do it and you put it to rest. Okay, so that was quick. But it's also, it sounds scary, it looks scary. I mean, we've got the Tower, we've got the Ten of Swords, we've got the Nine of Swords, and we've got a very mean looking King of Swords. But what gives me that hope is the Nine of Pentacles here that is so happy and cheerful. Remember, that can be quite a lonely card, but this person's not lonely. He's working in the field and there's another person working behind him. And these options that you have offer healing. And this Two of Crowns, it's almost like the moon, magic, spirit, whichever way you want to look at it, is taking you in their embrace and going, come on, this way. Come and see this mystery now. And that's where I am saying, that, you know, what I was saying about putting it to rest in the dead of night. There is mystery to be uncovered and to be experienced here. Whether it's to be understood is another matter, but it is there to be experienced and marveled at, and it will bring you peace. It will bring you sign of a promised land. A dove that has dropped a sprig, which reminds me of the olive twig, but I don't know whether that's an olive twig or not, coming to the ark. So there is, even though the Tower moment is at the end, it's a good Tower moment because it sets you up lovely for the next stage of whatever the stars are going to throw at us next. So if this means anything to you, and I doubt it will yet, but if you've already become aware of this burden, then comment down below, Scorpio. Please press subscribe while you're there. Have a look in the description. There's a link for a free birth chart if you don't know your moon and your rising sign yet. Like I said, there's a timestamp down below if you want to get past all of my introductory blurb and look at your moon and rising readings. I will put up at the end your waxing moon and your Mars transit Capricorn, which I assume this will be part of. I can't remember. I'll put the links up at the end. In the meantime, join the Facebook group where the link's down there as well, where I post obviously all of my readings, so possibly more effective than the weird notification system that YouTube has. But also I post the videos of the astrologers that I watch and some other readers sometimes when there's something that makes me go, oh, that's interesting. So, yeah, come and join the fun. In the meantime, take up this burden. You're going to new shores. You're going to new shores in your mind. You're going to new shores in your heart. You're going to new shores in your soul. And I think you're going to new shores or new places in the real world when you put pay to whatever this is. Get it done already. Cheers.